let's see if, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work if nothing's on the screen. So let's move this over near so I can actually see it a little bit. And we're gonna bring up the window we're gonna use here. There we go. Okay, so we got visual. That's good. It works. It works so far. Why is the bitrate so small? Why does it say it's unstable? Am I dropping frames? No. No. It is what it is. Okay. So we can at least see that. Where, oh, where is my checkbox? Right there. Okay. So we got that going. We will have this in its proper place so I can see it properly. Momo, you're not supposed to be up there. Thank you. I don't know why you're trying to cause mischief. I gave you food and I showed you where it was. I may have to play with the cat a little bit. Okay, so we got that going. I got 20 minutes before I have to officially start. Boo. Anything else I want to do with this though? It looks kind of bleh. It does look a little bleh. What if we... I can always add a camera. I don't remember video capture device. Should be that. Nani? Nani? Oh. I had to recreate all of this. Okay, hold on. Where's my camera? There's a camera. That looks camera-y. Good, good. Okay, let's do that. It does not need to be that big. Maybe like there, and just throw that over here for the moment. Or maybe up there. I don't know where to put me. And of course, need to actually see me. Oh, that's an orange. Okay, no. Do I want it to be there though? I don't know. I don't know. What if... I mean, you could move that, but then it's weird looking. I don't like how weird looking it is. I mean... uh, yep. Yeah, kind of weird, isn't it? It's a little weird. So, I don't know where to put this. I could always put it up here. That just seems too big. So we're gonna put it there. Oh yeah. Yep, that's what I want. A little me in a corner. Everybody knows a little me in the corner. Oh, that's why it looks like that. I wonder what happens if I do this? Ah, maybe that could be better. If I just resize the window some. Because that's everything right there. Just put in a way that I can actually see it. And you. Nani? もっと下がってください。 Arigato. Arigato. Ja, that. And I don't know. Maybe there. That's a tiny, tiny camera box, but that's all right. I mean, I could do something like that, I guess. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I should have like a little outline here. Don't know. Not off the top of my head. It's not something I've actually tried before. I could set color. That's not going to help me at all. All right. So I think for now, whoops. I think for now, this may be all right. And it wouldn't be bad to have some music in the background. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Starting to think I should really switch this over to my other accounts. Stations. I don't know. For story crafting, what would be good music? There's alternative, there's blues, there's some chill EDM, electronic music. Yeah, that would definitely give me the mood. Classical, there's always classical, but country, disco, yeah, electro swing, emo, emo, screamo, and pop rock, pop punk. Okay, epic, folk, funk, happy EDM. Was it like emo EDM? I can't remember. I thought it swore I saw another EDM. Chill EDM, happy EDM, happy holidays, hard dance. Not for the faint of BPM. Okay. Hip hop, indie, hype bass, face melting dubstep, and hard bass music. God damn. Hype bangers. EDM that gets your blood. Jeez. EDM that gets your blood pumping. I don't really know. All vibes, all house grooves. There's industrial, jazz, Latin pop, lo fi, of course. The love bug for the romantics out there. Main character, that's what I am. Assuming the leading role, some drama to your life. Meditation. New age music, guided meditations, and relaxing tracks for your zen. Melodic bass, metal, polka, pop, punk, R&B, reggae, rock, ska, spooky. I don't want to do spooky for this though. Synthwave, techno, not EDM. There's a difference. I didn't know there was a difference. The elevator. Fucking what? The elevator going up to get down. What? You know what? I'm gonna play it. Is it playing and I just don't hear it? I think it's playing and I just don't hear it. Oh, there it is. Wow. It is literally elevator music. It's tempting. This is tempting. I don't know what it's like to write to elevator music, but it is so tempting. It's worth a try. Let's see, the lounge. Take a seat somewhere between here and there. I mean, I guess traditional Latin, trance, upbeat dance, ambient, yacht rock. The fuck is yacht rock? Chill classic rock. Put on your Sperry's and enjoy the cool waves. I am not a part of that culture. Okay. World. VHS. Chill bass, chill pop, chiptune, Latin, EDM, and Christian. Ah, they have Christian music. You know what? May not be a bad idea. Kind of have like the now playing. Okay, add that in here. Is that browser source? I know I have it. Maybe something like that. Okay, let's do something about this. Make that a little easier to work with. Really could have just stopped right there instead of do the whole scroll thing. I think I need to find a better one. At some point, just take the time to do that because it's so weird that it does that. Wait, am I still listening to elevator music? Yes, I have not changed stations. It's so weird to listen. This is like good elevator music. I mean, for elevator music. Ooh, good elevator music. Okay. But there's also the lounge. Hold on. What's the lounge? What's this station? Maybe, but I really like elevator music more. Like, just, it's so goddamn weird. But yet... I think I'm going to enjoy elevator music, aren't I? I can feel it in my bones. My bones are saying elevator music is the way to go. Alright. One other thing I want to do is, how does it sound? It's a bit louder. So how about this? There. Oh wow. Maybe we could do something like that where it's not so loud. I mean, I could definitely still hear it, but I don't think it's too quiet. Yeah, I don't mind it being about here. Yeah, let's turn it up a little bit. Maybe about there. I can always, I mean, hold on, let me make sure. Because I'll more likely be facing forward than off to the side. So yeah, it looks fine to me. Based on the audio mixer anyway, it looks fine to me. Also about 10 minutes. 10 minutes before I actually need to start. Instead of this weird trying to like prep and be on stream at the same time thing. Okay, so That's not bad. But I think elevator music got me. This is elevator music? Oh, there it is. There's the elevator part. It's so weird. It feels so weird to be listening to elevator music. And I know what I'm about to write. Ace, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Sir, today is not a Saturday. It is not Saturday. This is hopefully part of a new streaming schedule where I basically take time to actually work on my writing more. In particular, working on some stories I have in mind. Is my camera just like off? It is not smooth, is it? So weird. Then again, my bitrate is... I don't know why the bitrate is so bad on Twitch. But I have not dropped any frames in OBS. I don't know. I cannot figure that out, and I'm not sure how much I want to try to figure that out. It could just be because this is a new channel and Twitch is like, well, you're not popular enough, so, you know, fuck you. I mean, that's a very real possibility. Oh, did I make sure this channel is adults only? I think I marked it as mature content. I gotta check. Cause swore I did. As I'm saying like things like fuck and god damn it and what the shit and all kinds of things. Terrible, terrible things. Let's see. I do not remember where to find this. I thought it was under settings, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's under moderation. No, not under moderation. Where the shit is this? I do not remember. Nani? Zenzeminayo. Huh. Could have swore there was a setting that was like, hey, it's not good for children. Don't watch. And then their parents were like, the kids watch it anyway. Where is that? I thought it would be under settings and channel, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. 7 minutes. I don't know where that is. I'll just have to find it another time. Alright. Gonna just move that back over. It feels weird to use elevator music. Like, do I really want to stick with elevator music? Like, I don't know. I feel like I want to give it a try, though. Although some of this elevator music does not sound like elevator music. Like, maybe I just haven't been in enough elevators. Like, this music makes me think of music from a JRPG. Like, I don't have that full elevator vibe with this one. 6 minutes. I need to decide what I'm going to do here. Also, I'm still not married to this layout here. I don't know. I think part of the reason why I don't like it is because it just feels off balance. It really does feel off balance. If I expanded. If I do that, then I might as well just make it all the way big. If I just do that. Oh, dear God. Okay, that's off. Let's just unlock that for a bit. I mean, I guess that could work. Here? Maybe? I don't think that's too bad of a spot. 4 minutes. So I think I know what I'm going to write about. Pro writing aid, where are you? Let me type up a mistake. There you are. I want to focus. Thank you. All right, 3 minutes. And Momo left the door open. Let the cat in earlier and she just like walked in, sniffed, and then left. I would not be surprised if she comes back and just like starts throwing her paw underneath the door like, hey, let me in. I let you in earlier. You walked right out. All right, 3 minutes. I also still don't really know. Honestly, the layout of how I want to do this stream. I don't really know yet. That's a thought. It's just going to be one of those evolving things, I guess. As I go down this new venture. All right, 2 minutes. So you listen to elevator music. Allegedly. Allegedly, this is elevator music. It does not... Like, when I get in elevators, I want to hear more of this then. I mean, it's supposed to be. Okay. We're getting close. We're getting close to the time. Because next week, I'm actually going to start at 5 and not this whole setup thing. Nope, I don't have that. Oh, okay. I'm good. We're good. worries there. All right, it's about time. Yeah, I think I might turn it down a little bit though. Or I'll turn it down for myself. Because me personally, it's kind of, you know what? Oh, let's go. Let's go about that much. So I really don't want to play with the OBS audio too much. All right, it's 5 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try here. This is a new idea I've had for streaming. I want to stream again, but I'm having a hard time doing regular 4-hour streams with gaming streams. Like, my brain just does not want to do it anymore. But I've been having fun writing. And I'm like, you know what? We've got a new channel, Taco Reads. And that's where the reading stream is now. I also write, and people don't really know about my writings and stuff like that. So is this a way to self-promote myself in the most lazy way I think I could do? Possibly. But yeah. And I got water. So I totally forgot about that. So the idea behind this, originally I thought about going to like a word generator, generate a couple words, and then like try to make a short story out of that within, you know, the 2-hour limit. But this past Sunday, my friends and I, we had our writing group, and I wrote a story that seemed that people asked more of a particular character. And so I thought about this and I thought, you know what, I think I probably could make a little series surrounding this one character. And so that's what we're going to do. Up here I have a little title here: The Unfortunate Souls Who Met. Who did they meet? Well, they met a woman named Agatha Spells. So just a real quick summary of who Agatha Spells is. She's a witch. She's a witch, and she provides services. You know, simple run-of-the-mill stuff. But these stories will not be told from her perspective. Instead, they'll be told from the perspective of the people who were unfortunate, or maybe fortunate, enough to come across her path. So that's the plan. I already have one story, which I need to actually throw. Let me throw it in here really quick. Where is it? I think I threw it under here. Yep. I'm gonna copy, not all of that. There we go. Let's copy all of that. Because that is going to come into here. I can't spell. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Fingers. Really? There we go. Traditional? Well, I said we're going to have a hard time today. Alright. So, I got to just start writing a story. Basically, that's it. And, you know, if you want to write along, well, write your own story. Or if you happen to see anything you're like, you know what, this could be funny, or this could be a good idea, like, have you considered doing that? Like, let me know. I am willing to incorporate other ideas so long as they fit within the vibe of the story. So, we gotta start off the story, which is never easy. So I have an idea what I want to do. I think this story is going to focus on love potions. And I kind of workshopped it in my head yesterday and today. But I am going to have... I think I'm going to have the main character be a girl this time. And we're going to bring in... I want to say husband, boyfriend? Which way do I want to go with that? Fiance? You know what? I could see fiance. So, lady brings in fiance. No. Having her go to Agatha in her wedding dress with her husband, like, no. That's not good. I don't like that. But the idea is she brings her husband in, or fiance, they're not married yet, in because he's been acting weird and she suspects someone else used a love potion on him. I think I could work with that. And of course, there's going to be a twist. I mean, my short stories generally, I did write a novel. Technically two, I just haven't published the second one. But short stories typically, for me anyway, I typically have a twist. So I already know what the twist is. I just got to see how I can make it work. All right, so let's try to start off here. Remember, I'm writing in third person, past tense. We're not doing that present tense stuff again. There's only one series will be present tense, and after that, we're just going to past tense. So, what can I give you? What's your name? What about Heather? Heather's not bad. Or how about... No, I use Samantha too much. I swear I do. There are other names. Nicole. Or Martha. I don't think I've ever used Martha before. Martha may not be bad. Alright, so how do I want to start off? I need a place to start it off with, though. Like... Fuck, I know. No, I don't want to do that yet. What if we get her started off with like a... I would say Google search. Well, a search. Let's pretend like Google is actually a good search engine right now. Something with the Google search. And she is trying to figure out if she could find an answer to why her fiance is acting strange. Computer screen. I want to start with there. I feel like it's not really gripping enough. Say the computer screen flicked? No. Screened. Yeah, sure. There's glowed. But you know what? Let's go to thesaurus.com. See what they have. The bloom, blossom, brilliance, glare. Glare could work. I kind of like that one. Gleam, glimmer, glitter, intensity, light, radiance, ray, and warmth. But glare. I could use glare. I can make that work. Say Bartha squinted her eyes against the computer. What's my T? Computer screen. Her finger reflexively. Let's go with reflexively. Reflexively. Why can I not spell reflexively? That looks weird. Does that not look weird? It looks weird. It says it's okay. That's a weird looking word. Okay, her finger reflexively clicked on the mouse whenever a new link caught her attention. It was late. She shouldn't be awake in front of her laptop in dark. In her dark. She shouldn't be sitting on her living room sofa with her laptop in the dark. She couldn't sleep. Something had been bothering her for the past couple of weeks. A month ago, the man she had been dating finally proposed to her. It was the happiest. Nah, let's not say it was the happiest day of her life. Let's say something more like, you know what? I just realized I'm now looking at the screen. That's kind of small, isn't it? And once again, we kind of move things around. Hold on. Boop. We are going to also just make this a little larger. Boop. Let's try that. As we move stuff around again. I swear, we're going to get this. We're going to get this. Make that a little larger then. Might as well. Okay. So what I want to do is see if I can make this a little larger. That's not too bad. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's say instead of propose, took her to a Nice restaurant. I still can't spell restaurant, I swear. Restaurant. Took her to a nice restaurant. What kind of restaurant? Took her a nice Italian. No. Took her to a nice... I mean, naturally I'll say Japanese, but let's see. How about, Greek? A nice Greek? Are there nice Greek restaurants? I don't know. That's not something Italian restaurant just seems to be the way to go. But what about a French restaurant? What are some other cuisines that are considered nice? Korean restaurants? Olive Garden? No, I am not having him take her to the Olive Garden. Could take her somewhere else. No offense to Olive Garden, but no, we're not using the Olive Garden for this. I guess it's better than Applebee's. Again, no offense to Applebee's either. If Olive Garden and Applebee's are watching. You know what? We're going to go with Italian. This is very cliche, but we're going to go with it. It's a nice Italian restaurant. Why not? Took her to... Let's take out the word finally. Let's see. Took her to a nice Italian restaurant to celebrate their 1 year dating anniversary, I guess. It was there. Wait. Hold on. No, we could keep this timeline. It was there. He dropped to one knee in front of the... He dropped to one knee in the presence of the waitstaff, fellow patrons, let's say fellow, and fellow patrons. I don't know how to spell patrons, apparently. Presenting a beautiful diamond ring. I mean, that's what people go for. They go for nice diamond rings. So, beautiful diamond ring. I was like, I could give it another stone, but no, it's going to be diamond. It's going to be, it's these people. They're going to be diamonds. How do you spell patron? Oh, no E. Okay. A beautiful diamond ring. Naturally, she said yes. Naturally, she said yes. Okay, so where do we go from here? Oh, it was there. He dropped to one knee in the presence of the waitstaff and fellow patrons, presenting a beautiful diamond ring. Naturally, she said yes. It was... a dream come true. The man she had crushed on for a couple years. Well, they've been dating for a year. So maybe let's not add couple years because, again, timing. So the man she had crushed on for months before dating. Actually wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. Whenever she thought about it, her face flushed red, and her heart this is elevator music. Oh, it's gone. Race with anticipation. Nah, race with excitement. I think I can get away with that. She wants. She would not end up like her friend, like her best friend. Let's go with best friend. Whose boyfriend ditched her for another. Let's go with that. However, did I give a... However, for the past couple of weeks, she was no longer certain of that. Her fiance. Is that my fiance? I think so. I mean, there's that weird little E I don't know how to do on here. Nope. Yeah, how do I give this E some flavor? Nope, it's not that, that's for sure. Okay, stop that. Yeah, I don't know how to make this fancy. Yeah, how have I never learned this? Let's do that. I could probably just copy and paste. Yeah, I don't know how to make that with my keyboard. I probably need a language pack, to be honest. Okay. It looks fine to me. It may have been like some other formatting stuff. But her fiance had been strangely distant. Strangely distant Let's go with that for now. He had taken longer to respond to her text. Planning and shopping for their wedding was no longer engaging for him. Was no longer engaging him. What else? What else can we add here? There needs to be some... I would like to... I mean, the rules of 3. I would like to have one more thing here. So he's not really answering her text as much. He doesn't seem interested. Oh, of course. Of course. Worse. His eyes had been wandering. Yeah. To other women. Mm-hmm. She confronted him about his recent behavior. As gently as possible. He didn't lash out, but I can fix that. I don't know, but his responses were not promising. Or not reassuring. Responses were not confident, comforting, convincing. Something was certainly wrong. Let's make sure we know who this is. All right. He didn't lash out, but his reassuring responses were not convincing. I might change that later. Something was certainly wrong. Oh shit, what I was gonna write. Something was certainly wrong. Martha knew it, but she just didn't know what. I don't like that. I don't know what I was thinking there. I had a train of thought for it, but now I can't remember it. He didn't lash out, but his reassuring responses were not convincing. Something was certainly wrong. was certainly wrong. Click on some more links. Now, author checked online forums from several corners of the internet for anyone else who has had this problem. Not a lot of luck. Most posts went unanswered. The posts that did have answers were of no help. Did have answers, but let's just say did have replies. So I could write this. They often ridiculed the poster. I might have to word that a little better, but I'll keep going. There were no serious answers. She sighed and looked at the digital clock. On the bottom right of her screen. Past 2. She huffed as she closed the laptop lid. Sun would be rising in a few hours. Sleep shouldn't be ignored. I'll go with that. I'm trying to avoid the word she again. Bed. Oh. No, not stay still. Groggy from the lack of quality sleep. shortly after. Relieving. How do you spell relieve? Because I'm seeing relive. There we go. Let's not say relieving. Let's say after negotiating. Finishing some basic hygiene. Another word I can't really spell. Yeah, I think so. Is it IE? It's probably IE. Yeah, it's an IE. That was close. And it's a basic hygiene. She grabbed her phone. No new messages from him. Sucking in air. She began typing. Let's say she began typing. I'm typing him a message. She wanted to tell him how much it hurts that his distant behavior hurt, and she would do anything to make him happy. Instead, she stuck to the normal script of a morning greeting and wishing him a good day. Her finger tapped the phone and the message flew away. No. Dancing dots. Appeared across from her message. There was no read receipt. Martha stared at the screen, hoping. Now, let's not say hoping, that feels like telling. Refusing to blink. Had to give up. Her fiance. Oh, God damn it. Okay. I just need that weird E. Well, weird to me. was not going to respond anytime soon. How do you describe the feeling of holding back tears? I mean, I could always say she held back her tears, but how do you describe that look? Like, it's like your face is kind of contracting in on itself. Say, I don't know. Hold on. So that people can actually see. Like, watching the screen as well. Let's see. Slightly tilting her head back and shutting her eyes. The hot tear drop stayed behind her eyelids. A hot tear drops. Took a deep breath and went to the kitchen to make breakfast. See, a few hours later, Martha crawled out of bed, groggy from the lack of quality sleep. Shortly after negotiating with her bladder and finishing some basic hygiene, she grabbed her phone. No new messages from him. Sucking in air, she began typing him a message. She wanted to tell him how much his distant behavior hurt, and she would do anything to make him happy. Instead, she stuck to the normal script of a morning greeting and wishing him a good day. Her finger tapped the phone. Yeah, I'm using "and" a lot here. The message flew away. No dancing dots appeared across from her message. There was no read receipt. Martha stared at the screen, refusing to blink. Finally, she had to give up. Her fiancé was not going to respond anytime soon. Slightly tilting her head back and shutting her eyes, the hot tears stayed behind her eyelids. She took a deep breath and went to the kitchen to make breakfast. All right. Later that day, her phone pinged. A new message. A new message from her fiancé. Haha! It's still on my clipboard. Her hand. The phone unlocked for her eyes to greedily read his message. Martha. Martha gasped. Her fiance replied, but her fiance acknowledged that something was not right with him. He wrote that he does love her and still wants to marry her. Yet, it felt as if something or someone was interfering. Nah, what's the word I'm looking for here? Something or someone was fucking up his feelings. No, let's not have him use the word fucking up. How about was trying to take control of his body? Also, so yet he continued. Ended with a request to meet and talk. Martha immediately him back, suggesting meeting at her apartment after he was finished with work. To her surprise, he responded right away. She breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that the relationship was Salvageable. Did I really spell that right? I thought I was going to spell it wrong. Let's see, was salvageable. Now she had to find out why her future husband find out what was bothering. I want to choose a better word. Let's go to thesaurus. What's a better word than bother? Aggravate? Not molestation. I don't want to use molestation. Oh, plaguing. That's not bad. What was plaguing her fiance? Yeah, let's go with that. Because the bothering is like, yeah, bother, but plaguing her future husband. So I don't know if people can see it. Bottom right hand corner, like around here, is a word count. I'm aiming for, well, minimum 1,000. Honestly, minimum 1,200. But we're going to try to go for about 1,500. I don't want it too long, because those take a while to work with. Alright, but now she had to find out what was plaguing her future husband. That evening, fiance, yeah, fiance, rang her doorbell. I don't like it. That evening, the buzzer next to her front, next to Martha's front door, buzzed. Buzzed? Intercom next to Martha's front door, buzzed. She pressed a button on the system and waited. Now she pressed a button on the system. And asked who was and asked for who rang her apartment. Elation washed over her, hearing her fiance's voice. Oh, that's weird to see fiance. That's how you. I don't use the word fiance often, so I could be wrong. All right. Mm. With another button pushed. He could walk up to her apartment. When he arrived, she gave him a big hug. Big hug. Big hug. Kiss on the cheeks. Big hug. Kiss on the cheeks. Big hug. Kiss on the lips. Big hug. And a kiss on the lips. Fiance people do that, right? I mean, yes? I mean, I did. But I'm not normal. So, wait, hold on. No, fiance people totally kiss on the lips. I've seen it. A big hug. She embraced him. Yeah. And kissed him on the lips. Yeah, on the lips. Although he returned the hug and kiss, Martha could feel that his heart was not completely into the motions. Nevertheless, she ignored her not her intuition. She ignored her discomfort and she invited him inside. Taking off his shoes. The fiance, because he's not a barbarian, strolled to the sofa. Strolls with a satisfying plop. He dropped. He fell onto it. Martha sat next to him and sat next to him. Her hand. Oh, where's her hand going? Oh, where is that hand going? Her hand stroked his thighs. I mean, obviously, her hand isn't going to stroke his penis. That makes no sense in this situation. I mean, she could. She could stroke his penis. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of penis stroking. But no, we're not going to stroke the penis. Not now. But her hand stroked something, so it could be back, head, his belly. Well, how did he fall on it? Did he fall face first? Back first. His thighs. I kind of like her hand stroked his thighs. Does that work? I don't think it's Oh, I was like, Ice Cube? What the hell? No. Not that Ice Cube. Her hand stroked. I'm gonna go with his thighs for now. That could always change. She could feel his muscles tense under her touch. Something was definitely wrong. Even a couple days ago, he did not react to her touch. This way. Or even a couple days ago, he reacted more positively to her touch. Yeah. Who doesn't like touching? Oh, hello, Hydran Xander. What is the story about? Okay, so this is the title of this book, I guess, when it becomes one, is called The Unfortunate Souls Who Met Agatha Spells. So Agatha Spells is a witch, and she provides services. But all of these stories, all of these chapters will be told from other people's point of view and how they basically met or interacted with this one particular witch. So right now, this particular chapter is about a woman who realized that her fiance, the guy that she definitely wants to marry, has been acting strange lately. It seems like he's no longer in love with her, and she's trying to find out why. So that's where we are. We are 738 words in, so we're about halfway through with this story, this short story. Which I am looking forward to actually getting to the Agatha parts. So, I do write. I am not a professional writer, I'm an amateur professional writer, but those who know my writing pretty well, I tend to stick with horror, things that make you unsettled. I like twists. I like trying to throw people off their guard. And I'll be doing that with this story too. But welcome to the stream. I hope you like it. If you want to write along, like if you want to work on your own story, I apologize I speak out loud when I do this. But, or you could just watch and listen as I come up with this story. Because I will talk out loud a lot. But even a couple days ago, he reacted more positively to her touch. Honey? Martha called to him. Tell me what's going on. I'm here for you. Yeah, let's go with that. That sounds pretty nice. That sounds loving, right? That's what people who love each other say. Her fiance. Haha, still had the E. Her fiance sighed. Sighed? No, heaved. Martha could feel his weight shift with his breath, with his when he exhaled. He began, then paused. She waited patiently, giving him time to formulate his thoughts. God damn it. His thoughts. Just feels like I'm about to do something I never wanted to do, or I never want to do. There we go. Something I never want to do, but no, it feels like something I'm going to do that I never want to do. I love you so much, and I don't want to ever harm you, but it feels like I'm about to. Do you know what is causing this feeling? The fiancé. The troubled fiancé. Adjectives are nice. The troubled fiancé shook his head against the sofa cushion. Because I'm assuming he's still laying down. He plopped on the sofa earlier. So yeah, he's probably face first going brr, brr, brr. Or or his head is on his, or the back of his head is against the sofa, and he's just saying rah 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 instead of whoa, 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 whoa. I like the idea of him going, well, he has to talk. So yeah, his face can't be against the sofa cushion if he's talking. That's still like alright, the troubled fiancé shook his head against the sofa cushion. He took another heavy sigh. I wish I knew it's like there is a part of me that wants to break free, It's like there's a part of me that wants to break free. Like someone is trying to control me, but I have to fight it off. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this next stuff here. I feel like I have to. Part of me wants to fight off. Hold on, let's just take that part out. Take out that sentence. I don't like it anymore. I also like there's a part of me that wants to break free. I'm sure you've noticed, but I've been looking at other women with thoughts I wish I didn't have. It's like someone is trying to take over my body and thoughts, body and brain, but they haven't yet. I fight it off, but I don't know how much longer I can. Martha nodded in acknowledgement. We can try seeing a therapist, she offered. Fiance, whoops, gave a huff. And let's not say gave a huff. Just say her fiance huffed. Put the her there. Put the R in the her. Actually, he began. I want to try something different. About this person named Agatha. Let's see, my cousin told me about this person named Agatha. She's supposed to be really good about helping people who have felt the way I'm feeling now. All right. Let's see. All right. Would you like me to come along for support? That would be nice. He said with a smile. Okay. When would you like to go? Okay, we're going to do a little skip here. That weekend. See, that weekend, Martha and her fiance, her, let's say, husband to be, drove to the outskirts of town. I really got to establish where she lives. Outskirts of town to an address printed on the back of a business card. Correction. Is that correct? Hold on. I never said where it was printed in here. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. On the back of a business card. We're keeping that business card there. I need water. Let's see if we can start wrapping this up. We got 40 minutes. Let's see, on the back of a business card. How do I want to describe this next scene? The location? I never established whose car. I'm trying to figure out how I want to describe this scene here. Okay, I think I know. It took about, let's go with 40 minutes. I can't spell 40 apparently. 40 minutes to reach Is there such thing as a mini mansion? Let's find out. This is what a mini mansion looks like? Okay, see, I don't think that's what I'm looking for. What I'm actually thinking of, well, actually, something like that. But no. Given her background, given Agatha's background, with the money she has, it will be something more like this. Or this. A stone mansion. Huh. That's an idea. We could give her a stone mansion. You know what? I could see a stone mansion. That would work. That's likely to catch on fire. So how would I describe it? Reach and say elegant stone mansion with a circular driveway. I feel like I have to describe that a little better. With circular driveway and well manicured lawns. It felt slightly out of place and it was larger than any home any other home in the area. Clearly, whoever this Agatha person was, she had money. Which is correct, she does have money. I cannot wait to write that story. That's probably going to be next Thursday. I am looking forward to it. But whoever this Agatha person was, she had money. Her fiance pulled the car up to the front of the house. Her fiance pulled the car up to the front of the house. They both exit and approached the door. Ding dong. Dong. Sorry. All right, we have at least another 5,000 words to go. I mean 500, not 5,000. Not that kind of story. 500 words to go to meet a minimum or average. Already bet minimum. Ding dong. A moment later, a young woman. You know, I never gave her a description, did I? Besides young woman. Auburn hair. Is that? Auburn hair could work. I'm going to go with auburn hair and less makeup filter. Okay. With long or short? Don't know. Let's just stick with auburn hair for now. It's weird I never gave him a name. Ali? How did I get up there? Say her mouth. Twisted to one side. Is that all right? Nope, not yet. Hold on. Excuse me. Is this where... Yes, I'm Agatha Spells. The woman cut off. It was... It was rude. I mean, it was definitely rude. Don't get me wrong. Okay, let's do this. That way, we know who's saying that. To get help. All right. Agatha. I don't want to say continued. I'll just go with the good old-fashioned Agatha said. I'm assuming I'm helping the man. Yes. The fiance replied, I was hoping... Get in. Agatha commanded and... No, commanded. She turned on her heels and and made way for her guests to enter. The couple. Martha. Uncertain of what to expect, followed her betrothed. Oh my gosh. I even spelled it wrong. How do you spell betrothed? Oh, there's no first H. Okay. Her betrothed inside. It was the foyer was only lit by natural sunlight spilling in through the front windows. Let's see, the foyer was only lit by, let's see, there was a spiral or a regular staircase. I don't know. What type of staircase? Would she have a staircase right there? Maybe not. No, maybe. There might be one there. Who's to say Agatha can't have multiple staircases? So there was a marble staircase? Do those exist? I guess they do. Yeah, I was thinking something like this. So yeah, you could have marble staircase. You could totally have one. That doesn't look bad. So I'm definitely going to have to clean this up a little bit as far as descriptions go. But I'm also running out of time. So there was a marble stair. I want to get to the fun part. There was a marble staircase off to the side from the entrance that Agatha began climbing. Close the door and follow me. Agatha said without turning back to face the guest. I think I spelled interest. God damn it. Wait. The called. You don't even know why we're here. Let's do the called. Let's do protested. No. Agatha No, you don't know why you're here. There we go. I got the bit back. That man. I'll say his life essence. Essence. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay. Clearly indicates that he is under a love spell. You want that spell gone? A love spell? Martha and her love asked in unison. God damn it. Why does it keep going back one more than I want it to? Okay, a love spell. Let's see. Yes, a love spell. Now. Yes, a love spell. Why else are you here? Not to fix whatever lovey, how do you spell lovey? Lovey-dovey nonsense you two want to go back to. So get up these stairs. Or get the fuck out of my home. There we go. Good old fashioned get the fuck out of my home. Okay. Agatha resumed climbing the stairs. The couple shrugged and followed. They did not have to follow for long, though. Agatha, I keep doing that, stopped in front of a door with an image of a broken heart carved of a wooden door. Into it. She threw the door open. Okay, what does it look like inside? I wanted to be similar to the other story I wrote. Well, it's not the base. It's not the basement this time. So, oh, I I know what I'm gonna do. She threw the door open. Um, Martha's head shook uncontrollably with what she saw. Hi, Black Girls. How are you doing today? Welcome to the story crafting stream, where I am hoping to finish writing this in the next 20 minutes, and if not, we'll still finish it because we're not that far away from the end. You're writing another novel? This, yes and no. These are short stories, but for this particular short story, I intend for it to be part of a collection of short stories focusing on this character, Agatha Spells, who is a witch. But all of the stories are not told from her perspective, they're told from other people's perspectives. So that's where we are now. And just a recap for what's going on. So right now, there's a woman named Martha. She's supposed to get engaged, well, she's been engaged actually, to her fiance. And her fiance's been acting strange, like looking at other women and stuff like that. And she's trying to find out why, what's going on. Fiance came back to her and was like, look, I know I haven't been right. It feels like someone's messing with me. I want to see this person being Agatha. And that's where we are now. Agatha being a witch who can perform services. Also, I'm doing awesome. But how are you? I'll say not bad. You know, trying to get back into streaming a bit more, figuring out what type of streaming I can do on a more regular basis that's not too hard on me. And honestly, I'm having fun writing this story. That's definitely going to be over 1,500 words, so we're good on that front. Which I'm going to talk more about it Saturday, but I'm setting up a system where people can read / listen to some of the stories I've written. It's going to be slow, like slow build up, but there's some stuff in the works. So, Martha shook her head uncontrollably with what she saw. Soft, pink light washed over her face from the room. Inside was, inside, in the middle of the room, inside, in the middle of the room, sat, no, inside the middle of the room, heart-shaped bed with a fuzzy blanket. No, with a fuzzy fuchsia? How do you spell fuchsia, and what color exactly is that? Oh wait, that's not what I want. Go away. Is it? Okay, this is C-H-S-I-Y. Who spelled this? Ah, fuchsia works. In fact, oh, thank you, Black Rose. I saw it too late, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, hold on. Soft fuchsia. light washed over inside a fuzzy hot pink blanket cover. No, let's look at a blanket. Not clanket. Blanket. Greeted them. Nearby was a... No, nearby near them. Oh, no. The headboard was an elegant heart-shaped metal piece with, because why not, restraining straps attached to it. Okay. Nearby. Wait. No. Wait. No, nearby. A rack stood upright. I should say nearby the bed. A rack stood upright, holding what appeared to be leather whips. This is so fucked up. Okay, to be leather whips. And let's see, leather whips, crops, and other implements. Let's go with "in other implements." You. Agatha pointed at the fiancé. Get on the bed. Martha looked at her future husband mouth agape. She shook her head no. She didn't know much about Agatha, but she was certainly against her love. Her love. Let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? Being dominated? Being manipulated? Being exploited? Being exploited by this crass young woman in a sex room. Yeah, let's go with that. However, I don't know about however yet. Let's see, in a sex room. What do I want to say here? I want to say something like... I don't know about this. The fiance said he took a step back. I still trained on Agatha, who waited next to the bed. Fine. Leave. Deal with the love spell yourself. Agatha threw up her hands. I'm going to go past 7. Threw up her hands. She stormed towards the door, but the fiancé held up his hands. Okay. He caved. I'll get on the bed. Honey, no. Martha cried. It's going to be all right. It's for our marriage. And future happiness. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. He assured her. Oh my god. Agatha wailed. Make up your minds. Yes or no. Agatha can't be erst. The fiancé nodded and walked inside. Martha grabbed his sleeve. It'll be okay. The future husband. You know what? See, I thought about going back and giving him a name, but now I can't do it anymore. The future husband tried to reassure her again. Martha bit her lower lip with a deep breath. She let go and watched her husband to be, can't spell, husband to be lie on the fuzzy pink bed. Agatha without a word grabbed the bed restraints and cuffed him. There we go. In fact, you know what? Let's make this a little sillier. Let's see, get on the bed. The headboard was an elegant heart-shaped metal piece with lush fuzzy. See, okay, what's another word for fuzzy? Like the, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go over a bit. Honey? I feel like there's a better word for fuzzy. Hairy? No, we're not using the LK. I guess fuzzy it is, until we could come up with a better word. But yeah, the restraints are gonna be fuzzy too. So grab the fuzzy. The woolly? I don't know woolly is the word I'm looking for in this one. I feel like it has a different connotation to it. But we're gonna stick with fuzzy for now. And cuffed him. By the wrist. You know what? Fluffy works. We're going to use fluffy. Thank you, Black Girls. Going to use it up here. Going to keep fuzzy for the handcuffs, but the bed covering, that's going to be fluffy. Okay. So he is now cuffed by the wrist to the headbed. The headboard of the bed. Martha stared, speechless, as Agatha leaned into the man's ear and said, "Relax. This might hurt a bit." Heard her fiance utter. Huh? I gotta start wrapping this up. I'm close. I know I am. Okay. This took a little longer than I thought, but still. Agatha recited words unfamiliar to Martha. The room became warmer. A swirl of glittery dust formed just above the man as he squirmed and fought against the cuffs. So I never really thought how I wanted the scene to go. Like, I know the end. I know what I'm getting to. I just gotta make it happen now. Man grunted in agony? Twisted this way and that as Agatha continued her chant. You're hurting him. Stop, Martha cried out. Agatha did not stop. No, she didn't stop. Instead, she grabbed a whip. With a crack, she delivered a blow to the swirling glitter storm above the man. What do I want her to say? Just be gone? Be gone, you stupid spell. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that one. She cracked her whip a few more times at the swirl. Eventually, the sparkly, since I learned a spell, sparkly swirl dissipated. Martha breathe a sigh of relief. The whip was not, or wasn't, for her fiance after all. It was a weird ritual, but it seemed that there was a method to the disturbing madness. Despite the swirl no longer being there, Agatha continued with her magical words. A second swirl of glitter and sunshine, those sparkles, appeared. Agatha cracked her whip several times, more forcefully than the first round. Get out of here. Let's say, get out of here, you... You know what? She'll say, get out of here, you fucking spell. No, wait. Superstar Sean R. Arnold? Whew. Wow, I'm gonna say Superstar Arnold if you don't mind. How are you doing today? Hold on. Get the fuck out of here. There we go. Get the fuck out of here, dumb spell. You got it. Okay. I'm good. Tired. Oh. Well, thanks for joining. Hope this is a nice kind of chill stream. We are reaching the end of this story. We're getting there. I'm getting to the part that I envisioned at the very beginning, that I hope I set it up well enough for. But right now we have a guy tied to a heart-shaped bed and we're whipping spells out of him. I gotta crack her whip several times. I forgot the word times. More forcefully than the first round. Get the fuck out of here, dumb spell. Finishing. Yep, we're finishing. We're getting close. Oh, this turned out longer than I thought. I'm gonna regret, but it's okay. See, the second swirl dispersed. You can do what I do. Start 6 stories and then start 3 more. Don't tempt me. I'm already kind of doing something like that. This is why I'm going to short stories now. I'm like, I could do short stories, I could get that edited, I could move that out faster than doing novels. I've still got to get second novel published out. But we're going to do this. We're going to finish this story. We're almost there. It's weird elevator music. But okay. The fiance's body settled back into the bed. Agatha placed the whip back on the rack and uncuffed him. Martha closed the distance to her man. She held her arms open to embrace him. Agatha halted her in her tracks. It might just be my phone, but for some reason when I click your YouTube link, it just takes me to a blank page. No, that could be me. That could be me. I'll have to take a look at that. Because I think right now I'm also streaming on YouTube, but I think you have to go to like my channel then streaming to see this as well. Also, I don't really have anything on the YouTube yet. Next month though, there will be something. I'm gonna start putting some stuff up there next month. It's gonna be a slow process. A lot of this is gonna be streaming, but yeah, it's in the works. Just like this story, in the works. In her tracks. Give him a moment. Give her a moment. He just had a rough time. Man, too bad it didn't take all night. Then I could say he had a rough night. But he just had a rough time. Agatha said. The man came to. He sat up and looked around. When he looked at Martha, his face went from confused to distrust. I mean, yeah, but I think one really bad thing happening to you that night counts as a rough night. Well, it's still daytime, so he could have a rough day, but I'm just saying, he got tied to a bed, a heart-shaped bed, in what appears to be a love room with implements nearby. And, yeah, all in front of his fiance. But his face went from confused to distrust. No, he knows where he is. Let's go with that one. Martha, he shouted. What the hell is going on? Hide. Hold on. Hide her left hand from his view, but it was too late. That an engagement ring? What the shit, Martha? There you go. Did I propose to you? Was not expecting this to be 2000. Okay. Before she could find an answer, Agatha spoke. I'm guessing you did. No, wait. Nope, that's not very Agatha. She'll probably say something like, probably. You had 2 love spells on you. One from some chick named... What is her name? What's his other girl's name? From some chick named... I feel like a name beginning with the letter T or H. Teresa? Heather? You know what? Heather. Let's do Heather. There it is. So the hell? With magic? Okay. The hell? You made me fall in love with you with magic? That was trying to get me back. How could you do that to your best friend? How could you do that to her? Your best friend. There we go. There's the tie-in. This is your fault? Okay, I really gotta start finishing up. I gotta get to an end. Like a last sentence. You know what? I think we can end it here. Okay. So the whole story. Martha squinted her eyes against the computer screen. Her finger reflexively, did I spell reflexively right? I probably spelled it wrong. Clicked on the mouse whenever a new link caught her attention. It was late. She shouldn't be awake sitting in her living room sofa with her laptop in the dark. She couldn't sleep. Something had been bothering her for the past couple of weeks. A month ago, the man she had been dating took her to a nice Italian restaurant to celebrate their 1-year dating anniversary. It was there he dropped to one knee in the presence of the waitstaff and fellow patrons, presenting a beautiful diamond ring. Naturally, she said yes. It was a dream come true. The man she had a crush on for months before dating actually wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. Whenever she thought about it, her face flushed red and her heart raced with excitement. She would not end up like her best friend whose boyfriend ditched her for another. However, for the past couple of weeks, Martha was no longer certain of that. Her fiancé had been strangely distant. He had taken longer to respond to her text. Planning and shopping for their wedding was no longer engaging him. Worse, his eyes had been wandering to other women. She confronted him about his recent behavior as gently as possible. He didn't lash out, but his reassuring responses were not convincing. Something was certainly wrong. Martha checked online forums from several corners of the internet for anyone else who had this problem. Who has had this problem? Not a lot of luck. Most posts went unanswered. The posts that did have replies, but there were some posts. There were some posts that did have replies, but they often ridiculed the poster. There were no serious answers. She sighed and looked at the digital clock on the bottom right of her screen. 15 past 2 in the morning. She huffed as she closed the laptop lid. The sun would be rising in a few hours. Sleep shouldn't be ignored. A few hours later, Martha crawled out of bed, groggy from the lack of quality sleep. Shortly after negotiating with her bladder and finishing some basic hygiene, she grabbed her phone. No new messages from him. Sucking in air, she began typing him a message. She wanted to tell him how much his distant behavior hurt, and she would do anything to make him happy. Instead, she stuck to the normal script of a morning greeting and wishing him a good day. Her finger tapped the phone. The message flew away. No dancing dots appeared across her message. There was no read receipt. Martha stared at the screen, refusing to blink. Finally, she had to give up. Her fiancé was not going to respond anytime soon. Slightly tilting her head back and shutting her eyes, the hot teardrop stayed behind her eyelids. She took a deep breath and went to the kitchen to bake breakfast. Later that day, her phone pinged. A new message from her fiancé. The phone unlocked for her eyes to greedily read his message. Martha gasped. Her fiancé acknowledged that something was not right with him. He wrote that he does love her and still wants to marry her, yet he continued. It felt as if something or someone was trying to take control of his body. The message ended with a request to meet and talk. Martha immediately messaged him back, suggesting meeting at her apartment after he was finished with work. To her surprise, he responded right away. She breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that the relationship was salvageable. Now she had to find out what was plaguing her future husband. That evening, the intercom next to Martha's front door buzzed. She pressed a button on the system and asked for who rang her apartment. Elation washed over her, hearing her fiancé's voice. I wonder if there should be a comma there. With another button pushed, he could walk up to her apartment. When he arrived, she embraced him and kissed him on the lips. Although he returned the hug and kiss, Martha could feel that his heart was not completely into the motions. Nevertheless, she ignored her discomfort. She invited him inside. Taking off his shoes, the fiancé strolled to the sofa. With a satisfying plop, he fell onto it. Martha sat next to him, her hand stroking his thighs. She could feel his muscles tense under her touch. Something was definitely wrong. Even a couple days ago, he did react more positively to her touch. I could word that better. "Honey," Martha called to him. "Tell me what's going on. I'm here for you." Her fiancé heaved. Martha could feel his weight shift when he exhaled. He began, then paused. She waited patiently, giving him time to formulate his thoughts. "It just feels like I'm about to do something I never want to do. I love you so much, and I don't want to ever harm you, but it feels like I'm about to." "Do you know what's causing this feeling?" The troubled fiancé shook his head against the sofa cushion. He took another heavy sigh. "I wish I knew. It's like there's a part of me that wants to break free. I'm sure you've noticed, but I've been looking at other women with thoughts I wish I didn't have. It's like someone is trying to take over my body and brain. I fight it off, but I don't know how much longer I can." Martha nodded in acknowledgement. "We can try seeing a therapist," she offered. Her fiancé huffed. "Actually," he began, "I want to try something different. My cousin told me about this person, named Agatha. Named Agatha. She's supposed to be really good about helping people who have felt the way I'm feeling now." "All right. Would you like me to come along for support?" "That would be nice," he said with a smile. "Okay. When would you like to go?" That weekend, Martha and her husband-to-be drove to the outskirts of town to the address printed on the back of a business card. It took about 40 minutes to reach an elegant stone mansion with a circular driveway and well-manicured lawns. It felt slightly out of place, and it was larger than any other home in the area. Clearly, whoever this Agatha person was, she had money. Her fiancé pulled the car up to the front of the house. They both exited, and approached the door. Ding dong. A moment later, a young woman with auburn hair resting on her shoulders opened the door. The woman looked at Martha with a blank face. Then she eyed the fiancé. Her mouth twisted to one side. Martha addressed the woman. "Excuse me, is this where—" "Yes, I'm Agatha Spells." The woman cut her off. Martha stepped back from the sudden shock. This is where her fiancé wanted to get help? "All right," Agatha said. "I'm assuming I'm helping the man." "Yes," the fiancé replied. "I was hoping—" "Get in," Agatha commanded. She turned on her heels and made way for her guest to enter. Martha, uncertain of what to expect, followed her betrothed inside. The foyer was only lit by natural sunlight spilling in through the front windows. There was a marble staircase off to the side from the entrance that Agatha began climbing. "Close the door and follow me," Agatha said without turning back to face the guest. "Wait," Martha protested. "You don't even know why we're here." "No, you don't know why you're here," Agatha bit back. His life essence clearly indicated that he's under a love spell. Want that spell gone? A love spell? Martha and her love asked in unison. Yes, a love spell. Why else are you here if it's not to fix whatever lovey-dovey nonsense you two want to go back to? So get up these stairs or get the fuck out of my home. Agatha resumed climbing the stairs. The couple shrugged and followed. They did not have to follow for long, though. Agatha stopped in front of a wooden door with an image of a broken heart carved into it. She threw the door open. Martha's head shook uncontrollably with what she saw. Hey,
Hey,
I'm almost done.
okay, because you're way past.
I know, but I had to finish the story. It's an Agatha spell story.
I'll try to keep up out of your food.
Domo. With what she saw, a soft fuchsia light washed over her face from the room. Inside, in the middle of the room, a heart-shaped bed with a fluffy hot pink blanket greeted them. The headboard was an elegant heart-shaped metal piece with lush, fuzzy restraining straps attached to it. Nearby the bed, a rack stood upright, holding what appeared to be leather whips, crops, and other implements. You, Agatha pointed at the fiancé, get on the bed. Martha looked at her future husband, mouth agape. She shook her head no. She didn't know much about Agatha, but she was certainly against her love being exploited by this crass young woman in a sex room. I don't know about this, the fiancé said. He took a step back, eyes still trained on Agatha, who waited next to the bed. Fine, leave. Deal with the love spell yourself. Agatha threw up her hands. She stormed towards the door, but the fiancé held up his hands. Okay, he caved. I'll get on the bed. Honey, no, Martha cried. It's going to be alright. It's for our marriage and future happiness, he assured her. Oh my god, Agatha wailed. Make up your minds, yes or no? The fiancé nodded and walked inside. Martha grabbed his sleeve. It'll be okay, the future husband tried to reassure her again. Tried to reassure her. Just say try to reassure her. Martha bit her lower lip. With a deep breath, she let go and watched her husband-to-be lie into a fuzzy pink bed. Agatha, without a word, grabbed the fuzzy bed restraints. I may have to come up with a fluffy. Fluffy pink bed. Let's see. Agatha, without a word, grabbed the fuzzy bed restraints and cuffed him by the wrist. Martha stared speechless as Agatha leaned into the man's ear and said, Relax, this might hurt a bit. Huh? Martha heard her fiancé utter. Agatha recited words unfamiliar to Martha. The room became warmer. A swirl of glittery dust formed just above the man as he squirmed and fought against the cuffs. The man grunted in agony, twisted this way and that as Agatha continued her chant. You're hurting him! Stop! Martha cried out. Agatha did not stop. Instead, she grabbed a whip. With a crack, she delivered a blow to the swirling glitter storm above the man. Be gone, you stupid spell! Agatha shouted. She cracked her whip a few more times at the swirl. Eventually, the sparkly swirl dissipated. Martha breathed a sigh of relief. The whip wasn't for her fiancé after all. It was a weird ritual, but it seemed there was a method to the disturbing madness. Despite the swirl no longer being there, Agatha continued with her magical words. A second swirl of glitter and sparkles appeared. Agatha cracked her whip several times, more forcefully than the first round. Get the fuck out of here, dumb spell! The second swirl dispersed. The fiancé's body settled back into the bed. Agatha placed the whip back on the rack and uncuffed him. Martha closed the distance to her man. She held her arms open to embrace him. Agatha halted her in her tracks. Give him a moment, he just had a rough time, Agatha said. The man came to. He sat up and looked around. Sorry, other thoughts. But he looked at Martha. His face went from confused to distrust. Martha, he shouted. What the hell is going on? Martha's lips quivered. She tried to hide her left hand from his view, but it was too late. Is that an engagement ring? What the shit, Martha? Did I propose to you? Before she could find an answer, Agatha spoke. Probably. You had 2 love spells on you. One from some chick named Heather, and the other one from some dumb girl named Martha. Martha flinched. The hell! The betrayed man yelled. You made me fall in love with you with magic. Didn't you? I bet Heather was trying to get me back. Or, how could you do that to her? Your best friend. Martha didn't respond. She glared at Agatha. This is your fault. You messed. Fuck off, Agatha said. With a wave of Agatha's hand, Martha vanished. Okay, yeah, I think I could end it there. I think that's a good place to end it. I can always explain the whole vanishing thing later because I have a chapter for that as well. And we're going to call this one... As soon as I learned how to spell. The Betrothed. There we go. So we got non-traditional medicine and we got the Betrothed. Whew. 2016 words. That was a little longer than I wanted it to be. But I had to get to that point. I had to get to the point where it turns out that Martha used the love spell to take away her best friend's man. And then her best friend tried to get him back, but there was conflict. I mean, that was the idea anyway. But yeah, that will be our second Agatha story. I am looking forward to next week because there is one Agatha story I absolutely want to get to, and that is meeting her ex. I am looking forward to meeting her ex, but we'll save that for next week. Hold me to that. Before I forget. Idea credits is dedicated to Twitch, YouTube, and IRL people who came up with ideas for the stories. Let me just start making a list here. So I know Black Rose, you gave me an idea. So we're gonna go Black Rose. Make sure that your name is in here. Yes, with the word fluffy. The word fluffy. Basically, if anyone helps me with coming up with ideas, like getting rid of like some of my blocks or whatever, idea credits. So one day, assuming that I actually do go through and get this published, like we're gonna need a lot more chapters than 2, but one day I would like for this to be published, and I want to make sure that people who are helping me with ideas, either with like color ideas or just like, hey, what about this ideas, and I accept it, things like that, I want to make sure you get credit for it. So Black Rose, hold on, 454. Making sure. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, you should get it published once you finish. The ones you gave me to read were bomb. Thank you. So the ones I gave you, Black Rose, at some point, so I started up a profile on a site called Ream, R-E-A-M. And every month, what I want to do is publish one of my short stories. Hold on. I want to publish short stories from here. And I got a good amount, but some of them I'm going to remove and replace them with some other ones. There's another short story I need to get out of my head onto paper. But soon, actually, next Thursday, Who Wants Chocolate will be available for reading, and if you subscribe, then you can actually listen to like a radio drama of it. The last one put me to mind of Resident Evil scene. Oh, nice. I could see that. I could definitely see that. So, and if you don't want to pay for the radio drama version, that's okay, because at some point I will also put it on YouTube, and by some point I mean by next month, by the middle of next month. So the idea is I publish one of my short stories with a radio drama once a month, and either 2 weeks to 4 weeks later, however long, I'm not too sure yet, the radio drama will be available on YouTube. So that's the idea. Not all of the stories from I Dream of Monsters, that would be the name of the book, will be published on Ream, but I want to get enough of them up there and then eventually publish the actual collection with stories that were not published on Ream or whatnot. So I have some thoughts. I still need to work on Dream Divers, which is another novel idea I had. See where my life is going. And I need to publish book 2 of Corrupted Genes. That book is written, I just need to painfully edit it and then get it published, which has been rough with work and life in general. But we're gonna get ready to close out today's stream. I enjoyed it. I went longer than I thought I would, almost by an hour. The goal is to try to keep it to 2 hours, but honestly, like, going back here, this story, I was having so much fun, especially like trying to figure out how to craft it to get to the point to say, oh yeah, actually, she forced him into that. She was forcing him into the marriage. When the creative mind starts flowing, you got to start creating and writing. Yeah, I have the unfortunate habit of like coming up with so many ideas and then just kind of locking it in my brain. And I'm like, okay, at some point, this story is going to come out. Like, I thought of a story last month. I was like, oh, that could be a nice idea. And I finally started writing it last week. Slowly. The Corrupted Genes series, that story's been in my head for years. It is slowly coming out. The Dream Diver story, summer is when I came up with that idea, slowly coming out. I'm fortunate and not fortunate that I could keep these ideas in my head, but the rate I come up with them, I don't type fast enough and I don't have enough time to actually just like write. But still, I have fun writing these. I hope you had fun watching. If you like, if you like the stream, if you want to see the next story for the unfortunate souls who met Agatha Spells, I'll be back next Thursday, same time, around 5 p.m. Central, 6 Eastern, and we'll see if we could crank out another story for this little collection. If you want to hear me read stories, mind you, not my stories per se, but if you do want to hear me read other people's stories, Saturday is the reading stream starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this channel. I enjoy creating stories. I enjoy reading stories. If you happen to have a story and you would like for me to read it, let me know. I am still looking for new stories, new authors as well. It doesn't have to be published. It's just, did you have fun writing it? But with that, we're going to go ahead and start heading out. So, because I need to eat dinner. Thank you all for joining. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you want, see you next Thursday. So until then, take care and bye-bye.